advised. The opinions and views of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
Good morning, Philippines. You are watching the Business Portal, your gateway to business trends and opportunities, coming to you live on Channel 8 via Destiny Cable and Channel 1 via GSAT. I am your host, Rowena Suarez, and you can just call me Ro for short. Our segment, Investment Academy, talks about the different ways to increase investment capacity, financial literacy, and awareness. Investment Academy will show you not only how to make money, but also how to create wealth. A sunny Wednesday morning to you, our dear viewers. Let's start our show with our Just Ask Ro portion. I have several texters last week. One that I captured was number ending 8923. There was a question about the PayPal seminar. Okay, every Saturday there is a PayPal seminar in RCBC. And you can actually just log on to www.paypal.com.ph and you can see the details there. There is also, if you want to learn about seminars, there is a Money Summit seminar. It's a 2-day seminar on July 22 and 23 at RCBC as well. So for more details, we will. And also there's another one on August in Cebu. Okay, for questions, you may get in touch with us through 0917-862-7576. That's 86AskRow. So you can also email us at justaskrow@gmail.com and follow me at Twitter, justaskrow. You can also view the show on YouTube, Investment Academy by Rowena Suarez. Our topic for today is Forex. What is this business called Forex? How is this run and how can it help us in our investment study? Today, we are fortunate to have with us a master Forex investor. He is the founder of Forex Club Asia and chairman of Business Maker Academy, Mr. Mark So. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Ro.
How are you today?
I'm fantastic. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming. So, 45 minutes might not be enough time, so let's just go on with it.
Sure.
So, brief history. How did you start this business, and how did you become the founder of Forex Club Asia?
Well, first of all, I started back in '98, where, if you remember, '98 internet wasn't really that big.
No.
I mean, you could count how many people had email, right? But in '98, I started buying when the dollar was at 32, and so I just bought it for investment, kept it in the bank, and then waited until it reached, a higher number. I believe I sold it at around 42 or something.
So, it made 10 pesos.
Per dollar
Per
that I
dollar,
had,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And and then I bought again around 43, sold it at 46, bought again at 47, sold it at 52, bought at 53.50, sold at 55, bought at 56.50. Holding on to that ever since. So I mean, it's not all making money. I mean, sometimes you have to lose money as well. So I mean, it hasn't been lost, but that was the start. And waiting for the appreciation from this much to this much sometimes would take years, and sometimes months. But so in between that waiting period where I would wait for the dollar to appreciate, I would start businesses. And so I got back to Forex trading, this time online, when the internet became more stable. And that was around 2003, 2004. That was also when DSL became more, accessible to the public.
Yes.
And so what I did was, I did not know how to start because doing Forex online was so different from doing Forex physically. You buy it and then you put it in the bank and then you just wait. So doing it online, I had to do a lot of research. But before that, I had to make a decision. Should I go into stocks? Should I go into mutual funds? Should I go into all of these other investments? But you see, one thing just made it very clear for me. Am I obsessed with money? Yes. And I think the majority of people watching the show are obsessed with money. And so
Maybe not obsessed with money, but more of obsessed with making money.
Yes, obsessed with making money. But let's see, all investments that you do, anything that you do is about making more money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it's a simple thing. I have nothing against stocks. It's just that during that time, I was making a decision. Okay, let's say stocks, other investments, and then forex. Okay. How do you make money in stocks? Well, first, very simple. You take your money, which is liquid, and then you buy something, a stock or a share of company, which is not liquid, and then you wait for that stock or share to appreciate in value,
Yeah.
and then you sell it, and then what do you get back? You get back money or liquidity. So okay, that's how you make money. In forex, you're trading money. So you take your money, let's say peso, which is liquid, or dollars, and then you buy another currency with it, let's say euros, which is also liquid. So you're holding on to something liquid versus you're holding on to something not so liquid. What's the difference? So if you need to cash out immediately,
You have
it's
that.
there. You can't cash out immediately if your stock is down, diba? Because unless you're willing to take the loss. So for me, if I'm buying something liquid, waiting for this to appreciate over time, and it's liquid all the way, I can pull out anytime. And when it appreciates, let's say 10 pesos, for example, wow, I made money, but I'm liquid all the way. So I had to make a decision. Should I make money with non-liquid assets or should I make money with liquid assets? Decision took me 5 minutes. So, syempre, since you want to make money anyway, what's the end result? Do you trade money?
Yeah.
And so, my journey started there, and
And this was 1998.
This was 98, but during the waiting period, I was just, coasting along, doing businesses, building businesses. But now, in 2003, fast forward 2003, I said, okay, let's start trying to trade online. And so I had to do a lot of self-study and research, and there was really no book available, honestly. The only educational material that you could find were e-books that cost an arm and a leg back then. And so I took the time, I invested the time in education, educating myself, and then slowly I learned how not to trade forex because I lost a lot of money in the process. But those failures are the key or foundations for who I am today. I couldn't
Usually,
teach.
that's failures or when you fall down like that. That's your what I call tuition fee.
Correct.
Di ba?
Oh, because you'll never learn until you fail.
Yeah,
Diba?
that's true.
And so I learned the hard way what to do, what not to do, and I experimented here, experiment. I'm still experimenting now, honestly, because you can never really say you've mastered it. So started there back in 2003, lots of losses. 2004 starting to recover. 2005 totally recovered and making money. 2006, my wife, one night my wife said, you know what? You're doing very well in Forex. Why don't you teach this as part of Business Maker Academy's lineup of courses? I said, what? Are you kidding me? I mean, trading Forex is hard enough. You want me to teach this stuff? She said, Mark, and she looked at me. And when your wife looks at you, with a very serious face, you don't argue anymore. Okay, sige. So I had to.
I wish my husband would say the same.
Okay. So I had to, I had to reframe. Because it's very different when you do versus when you teach. So 2006, I started this, and I didn't know how to start because there's so much information. So the pilot class began. I thought no one would attend this anyway, so sige. But apparently my class was sold out. The first class I ever held.
Where do you hold your classes?
In Business Maker Academy headquarters.
Where is it?
It's in, I'll give you the full address.
Yeah.
Okay, Suite 1503A, West Tower, Philippine Stock Exchange Center, Exchange Road, Ortigas Center, Pasig City. Ortigas, not Makati. So, or the Tech building. It's called.
Building. 1501.
03A.
1503A.
Yeah, that's the West Tower.
Yeah.
1503A, 15th floor. So it was fully booked. Wow. So then I started after the first day because it was a 4-day session. I immediately knew the wisdom of my wife. My wife was correct. I loved it. So I
And you also love teaching, I guess.
I love teaching from the very beginning.
Yeah.
But teaching business versus teaching something so technical as Forex is a totally different universe altogether. And so 2006 was learning for me on how to reframe it, how to make it more simple, how to make it more laymanized so that anybody could now trade Forex. That was 2006, and today it's 2011. I've been teaching this for about 5 years already.
Okay. Can you give us like a basic on how, let's say, an average folk wants to invest in Forex? How much do they have to start with? What do they have to do?
Right. Well, first of all, know that Forex is not for just anybody who wants to make a quick buck.
You have to learn it.
Because like investments, you know, you don't just walk in and then buy stocks because you feel like you buy stocks. You have to understand what stocks to buy. But more importantly, let's go back to Forex. You have to understand that Forex is a lot riskier than stocks. When I say a lot riskier, in stocks, you can make money after a year. You can, you know, you can still be stagnant after a year. But you still have something to hold on to, which is the stock certificate, which is good. In Forex, you can make money in an hour. You can make 100% in a day. You can lose everything in 5 minutes.
Okay.
So that's a difference. It's very grave, right?
The trading of Forex, is it like the stock market, it's like 9 to 12? Or
No.
it's the whole day? I would presume, and it's at night. It's baliktad our
Actually,
time.
it's 24 hours.
24 hours. Okay.
So there's no time from 9 to 12. It's 24 hours because this is now the global market. Now, when I say Forex, I'm not just talking about buying dollars from your peso. This is the global, worldwide Forex market, which means we're trading with international major currencies such as the euro, the yen, the pound, Swiss franc, of course the dollar. You've got the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. You've got all of these currencies. But let me finish lang.
Yeah, yeah.
The investment type, if you are more of the risk taker and you're more savvy when it comes to investments, I wouldn't suggest starting with more than $300. So
Okay.
only $300, small amount first, because you don't want to plunk in, let's say, $500,000 pesos or the dollar equivalent to that. Because first of all, again, it's volatile. But secondly, even if you are a master stock trader, where you understand the technicals and the fundamentals of stock trading, you cannot really apply that into Forex. You can apply some, but not all, because what makes you money in other markets will probably make you lose money in the Forex market. And I'm not kidding, because I have students upon students who have come from different disciplines in investments, and they tried their hand in Forex, and they failed miserably. But, you know, they're still at it, and I'm still there teaching them. And together, you know, the plan is we're going to learn how to master Forex together until the ripe old age of 99. Right? So to answer your question, it's not for everybody, but if it is something you'd like to explore, whether you have money or not, $300 is the first thing that you only do. Nothing more than that. But even before you put in $300, you have to ask yourself one very simple question. If I put in $300, am I willing to lose this in case I do something wrong? If the answer is no, then Forex might not be for you.
Another question, no. You said it's not for everybody. So
Sure.
what type of person do you think should be getting into Forex? What mindset should they have?
Well, first, I always say this. An amateur investor thinks of profits. A more experienced and veteran investor thinks about possible losses. So the person that's suited for Forex are people who have already lost some money in the past and who can manage even the losses. Because once you manage the losses and get through that, you will get your profits. Okay. So number one, someone who's a little bit more experienced in managing losses. I sound so negative, no? But it's really true. I mean, if you want to be a good investor, you have to fix that first. Second thing, people who are more aggressive, who are a little bit more risk-taking, and who are a little bit more, who want a little bit more challenge when it comes to investments. So that's number two. And number three, people who basically still have a lot of income coming in. Meaning to say, I wouldn't really suggest this. I'm going to be very honest. I wouldn't suggest this with people who have already retired and who